Let us start. Good morning, everyone. We are the reporter for today, and we are going to tackle about the themes in organization. So before that, let me introduce first the group members. Blackweed Celeste Victoria, Lamit Jelaida, Sahulan Kirk, Sundo Selquin, Cudiera Macerom France, Lopera Mary Aubrey Elaine, and yours truly, Pineda Lyra Faye. So let us start.
Types in teams in organization. There are many different kinds of teams used in workplace. Team types are important to understand because each type of team serves a different purpose of function. The requirements for team size, structure, and support may differ depending on what kind of team you are working with. Group. Group can be defined as two or more people who interact with one another, share similar characteristics, and collectively have a sense of unity. Team, interdependent collection of individuals who work together towards a common goal and who share responsibility for specific outcomes for their organization. So in group, we have strong leadership. Strong leader when you can encourage, motivate, inspire a group, or to produce best work. While in team, we have shared leadership. This is where you distribute leadership responsibility or areas of expertise. In group, we also have individual accountability. In group, you must be individual accountable to everyone for the performance. While in team, though they have both similarities with individual accountability, you have also you need to be mutual accountable also to your team, where two or more than individuals agreed to help responsible for the commitment. And in group organizational purpose, it is to motivate or guiding the organization to perceive a goal. While in team we have specific team purpose, it's formed to solve a very well defined and short term project. We also have here the remaining in group. We have individual work products, efficient meetings, delegates work, random and varied skills. While in team, we also have collective work products, open-ended meetings, does real work together, and complementary skills. So in summary, a group is a collection of individuals who coordinate their efforts, while team is a group of people who have a common purpose. In order to improve working relationships, it's important to understand the differences between the two to encourage healthy working dynamics in an organization.
So, next is quality circles. A typical work group arrange typically involves 6 to 12 employees who meet regularly to identify work related problems and generate ideas to increase productivity or product quality. Example is quality circle are used by a lot of firms nowadays, notable by manufacturing like Toyota, most well-known example by having helped to pioneer the nation decades ago. Second is project teams. The people of this typical of teams are assigned to created and to solve a particular problem or set of problems and disbanded after the project is completed or the problem is solved. Examples is training, process improvement, crisis response, and customer support. The next is the next is production teams. Frontline personnel who deliver concrete results form a team, the group of technical staff who produce a play, television show, recording, or film. Example is in music, a production team is a group of people who fill the function of record producer, which is generally designated for a one person. Virtual teams. A team with members who are geographically dispersed but are linked by computers and other technologies to work towards a shared purpose. In short, a group of people who interact through electronic communication. Examples are network teams, parallel teams, production development teams, and etc. Next reporter.
Input process output model team effectiveness. Model could be useful chart that distinguishes the input, output, and required preparing assignment required to convert input into outputs. Input process output model effectiveness is a work of organization to accomplish through teams and to understand how the teams perform and how they maximize their performance. So last, what is input? Input are all factors that can be manipulated in order to change processes and outcomes. It means this is a capture of data from user, and also this is a process of accepting data of information by using input. Computer can do any process. Like for example, like labor, fuel, raw materials, equipment, time, money. Process. Processes are gather behavior that can observe are impacted by different input variable and influence the outcome. Is a process is a graphical format or the flow of work or activities that usually contribute by accomplishing by a specific goal. Output. Output or outcome is a result of a team processes and conceptualized in a multi-dimension way. Output is a data has been produced by executing a model and also a goal achievement. Like for example, like products and services. These are these are the three types of model team effectiveness. Siya maklaro. Input variable, organized di siya maklaro din. La characteristics, team composition. In process variable, norms, decision making, communication, coordination, and cohesion. Output variable, productivity, performance, member satisfaction, innovation.
So for the team input, the organizational context involves the reward system, the training system, the physical environment, the managerial support, and technology. The contextual influences in enhancing the team interaction and the team effectiveness through providing resources that needed for the performance and continued operating of the teamwork. So it does documenting the context, it monitors regularly and review the organization. So the context of the organization is the business environment that also determined by external and internal factors. So for the external factors are like legal, financial, social, regulatory, and cultural. For the internal factors are like internal structures, governance, and resource capabilities.
Team output. Team output is often reflected in objective measures such as deal incomes, unit created, customer served, and patients treated. In deciding what accounts for total group performance, we portrayed group inputs and group forms prior in this module. It means team output is the they made to achieve or accomplish in the organization.
Team tasks. is a group of people joined temporarily or permanently to accomplish some task to be engaged into some project collective action. This role is the most responsible because leader is not only the superior but rather the senior team leader, proving guidance, help and advice to all other members along with their encouragement and supervision. That's why task team leader should be one of the most experienced persons in the team. Knowing the trade from inside and along with this, task team leader should master some psychological techniques to overcome conflicts and stimulate people. So team task is participants are giving the task of preparing a business plan for a new venture. And in team task activities, uh, example of this is the teacher assigns a task and help learners organize themselves into separate teams.
Team composition is arrangement of a group. Normally, it is based on trait and characteristic of the group individuals as well as the task of the team. According to Gozo and Dixon, 1996, it refers to attributes of team member including skills, abilities, experience, and personality uh, characteristics. Is required gyud siya nga kanang complement of knowledge, skills sa each member.
For the team diversity, it refers to differences or variety. Means that in a company, it has a wide range of diverse individuals. So, lahi-lahi nga kinaiya. While in a demographic diversity, refers to differences, attributes, or demographic characteristics such as age, gender, and ethnicity. And for the psychological diversity, it refers to differences says in underlying attributes such as skills, abilities, personality characteristics, attitudes, beliefs, and values. That's why in the workplace or any aspects of our life, this means that acceptance and inclusion of people of all backgrounds. This is very important asset no since it acknowledges the individual strengths of each workers and the potential they could bring to the organization.
Team process refer to the actions team members take to combine their individual resources, knowledge, and skill to resolve their task demands and achieve collective goals. Prior to that time, team processes were broadly and ill-defined. So, team process is that can take place in any team in rather long topic. Co-sitting, conflict management, information, elaboration, coordination, planning, knowledge sharing, and mutual help. Learns is informal and sometimes unspoken roles that teams adapt to regulate members' behavior are a fundamental concept in the social sciences. They are most commonly defined as roles or expectations that are socially enforced. So, in norms is maybe perspective or encouraging positive behavior. For example, be honest or perspective or discouraging negative behavior. Example is do not cheat.
Communication and coordination. Team performance depends heavily on effective communication, including proper information exchange. Communication may be a trade of thoughts and data. Coordination is action of clients coordinated by a facilitator to attain a common objectives. It means these all parties agree to work together to achieve their objectives in work. And communication, it means this is a imparting or exchanging of information. And coordination is this is the working together to end and the same ay toward at the same benefit at work.
Cohesion. Cohesion means having a cohesive workplace that consists of having a group or employees who work well together and everyone may feel that they contribute to the overall success of the group. Also, as the teams get mature, they often develop cohesion, which is the degree to which team members desire to remain in the team and are already committed to the team goal. While the highly cohesive teams are characterized of being stable and already satisfied that may hold the teams together, means that they already trust each other. Cohesion is very important because it leads to greater company success and goals.
Decision making in teams is crucial to their success. Team decision making occurs through defining the problem, gathering information, discussing and evaluating alternatives, and deciding collaboratively on the appropriate course of action. Example of decision making is deciding what to wear, deciding what to eat for lunch, choosing which book to read, and what task to do next.
Team appraisal and feedback. Team performance appraisal is a keystone of teamwork and organizational execution. It can run from acknowledgement of person execution and commitment to bunch results as it were and evaluation of the organization. Team performance appraisal increasingly involves subordinate true feedback process known as 360 feedbacks. Customers appraising providers and peers evaluating coworkers. So which means that the appraisals and feedback, typically employees are appraised by their immediate supervisor. However, there is a such thing, 360 feedback, which includes a team of evaluation or evaluators who perform the appraisal. Team roles. A design of conduct that characterizes one person's conduct in relationship to another in encouraging the advance of a group. This method is to empower a person or group to advantage from self-knowledge and alter conduct comparing to the request being made by the outside situation. Team roles represent a tendency to interact with others in a specific way to make the progress of the team easier. So team roles is very effective team participant brings something unique. It's a set of skills, work habits, and characters, trait, strengths, and weaknesses. Then make a person suitable for a particular function. It's we if we don't take the strong and low points of every time members into account and don't break the team structure in rules. There is only one fate we can expect for the subject. So we are, well, team roles means is sometimes we are failures, but it's normal for us. So if there is a parity, there is confusion and conflict lead to a chaos. Chaos means is leisure of failure. That's why we need to different roles in a team to help team members fulfill their potential and avoid confusion and get the job done.
Team training. Team training can be defined as training in which teams are used to increase individual procedural knowledge and proficiency in doing a job, task work. Individual procedural knowledge and I like individual training should be sequenced according to task complexity. In addition, team training should be provided to the team as an entire unit and it should include systematic procedures for providing feedback trainees while they are learning team skill. Next is there are there are three types of training. Team training, uh, leader training. It include to preparing the team leaders in struggle determination and team coordination. Group leaders who receive preparing can support group individual and offer assistance them to associate more effectively. Guided team self-correction training. Guided team self-correction in team. Developing a strategy in which members are given the responsibility and diagnosing the solving their team's performance problems with guidance as to small group research. Salas and Cannon Boers 2000. Team coordination training. Team coordination is a process that involves the use strategies and pattern of behavior aimed to integrate action, knowledge, and goals independent member in order to achieve common goals. And next is the promise. Productivity measurement and enhancement system. Approach provide opportunities for manager evaluate to provide feedback to teams. Promise is a motivational approach that help maximize motivation by focusing team on how to allocate time and effort devoted to various tasks. Much as research on Promise focuses on team goal setting, team evaluation, and team feedback. Promise means organizational change. It highly effective management system for measuring and improvement the productivity, effectiveness, and overall performance of people organization. It is stand and falls with participation of employees, their supervisor, and upper management. These goals are being visualized, prioritized, are being clarified, and the foundation of effective development is created. Next is team development. It refers change to team as they develop over time. Research and theory on a team development offer general ideas about the progression of teams, but no definitive answers on the development of all teams. First, nearly all team development literature assume that teams are not ready to perform effectively when they are performed. This process of learning to work together effectively is known as development. For example, it is a small business manager job to develop the members of work team. Good example of team development have an important element in common. They help a team move to forward, increasing cohesiveness and effectiveness. Team members want to perform because they enjoy the benefits of being on a strong team. Next is cultural issues in teams. Difference among the team members in the cultural values can influence team interaction and performance. Not all have the same cultural background or personality traits, so it can be difficult to get along with everyone function effectively productive team. As a result, it's important to understand the difference between the team members and know how to work through them in order to achieve the business goals. A small business can search for talent anywhere in the world. Employees, therefore, come from diverse background and culture. While bringing people from diverse background can be advantageous, cultural difference can produce tension, which can lead to problems that hinder your business productivity, such as language, religion, gender, or conflicts, holidays. Next, sa first, time horizon cultural. Time horizon cultural dimension that affects whether manager and employees focus on short-term or long-term goals, which variables that likely has impact on team interaction. For example, countries such as Japan, China, and have a long time horizon which is result in long-term planning. In contrast, countries such as United States and Russia have a short time of horizon, which leads a manager in these countries to focus on meeting short-term goals such as quarterly earnings report. Second is cross-cultural. Cross-cultural teams are likely have members whose time horizon differ, making team communication and decision making more challenging. An impressive example of expansion to new theories using cross-cultural management is the multinational merger of the Coca-Cola Company. Of course, Coca-Cola is renowned as worldwide has extended its reach in nearly every country on earth. This success was not guaranteed, but rather a result of creative, masterful international management. Coca-Cola's willingness to adapt and incorporate new management practices that fit the needs of the local area has established is a strong brand even in difficult markets. That's all.